everyone. Today I'm going to try to make some vegan saag paneer and see if I can do it quickly with things I have at home. And I'm making a recording so I don't forget what went in it. So to get started, I'm going to take my tofu, flatten it down to get the juice out. I'm going to preheat the oven to 400 at the same time. Those are my first two steps. As soon as I have that done, I'm going to start sauteing some onions. So those are the first two things I'm gonna do, and then move on to the next step. All right, so I preheated the oven. I got onions up to saute, and I mashed down the tofu, but I don't think I explained what I did to do that. So I took my tofu and I wrapped him up in a towel, and then I put him under a heavy pot. And then that takes a lot of the moisture out and makes it thinner, and that way it's able to absorb other flavors differently. So I'm going to heat up my fry pan, get a little bit of oil in it heated, and then I'm going to cube the tofu, and I'm going to add to it coconut aminos, thank you Trader Joe's, and some curry powder. And then I'm going to pan fry that up, but it's really, I mean, it's a tiny bit of oil in the pan, maybe a tablespoon. So I wouldn't call it frying. It's definitely more of a saute or a pan fry. And I'm keeping my onions going because it takes a long time for those onions to be perfect. That's why they get in early in the process. I'll let you know when the tofu is underway. All right, I mixed together some curry and some coconut aminos. I cubed it, and I'm tossing it in the fry pan. I'm gonna leave it to fry for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'm gonna transfer my fry pan into the oven so it can bake. I only recently bought fry pans that can transfer to the oven. I bought them to make pescado con tomate, which is amazing, and I can try to link that video in here. I have someone else showing you how to do that, but this should turn around nicely, turn from tofu to really be like that special Indian cheese, that paneer. My onions are still in the slow process of caramelizing, but when they get to a place where they're doing well, I'm going to add in garlic and ginger, spinach, tomato paste, curry powder, and a lot of cumin. And I'll leave that to simmer together. So those are the two things that will be going on simultaneously soon. I also think I'm going to put some rice up so that we have a rice to go with it. Yeah, that's the plan. All right, I put some rice into the mix. I'm trying this new black garlic from Trader Joe's in it. We'll see. Haven't tried it yet. Exciting. I sprayed oil onto the tofu before putting that in the oven. And my onions are coming along nicely. So, right, they've reached that nice color. So I'm going to start adding more ingredients to them. So, we're going to go with 2 tablespoons of garlic. And I buy these ready-made in the jar. It's just too much effort to dice them. I mean, I have fresh ginger, I have fresh garlic, but when I'm trying to get dinner up in half an hour, no one has time for the peeling and the dicing and the slicing. We gotta fly. So when those come together, and I'll know they're coming together nicely when the room is nice and fragrant with them, I'm gonna start adding, slowly working together, I'm gonna be adding 4 pounds of frozen spinach, some tomato paste I have on hand. I could use diced tomatoes, but I have this to use, so we'll use it. And then we'll bring that all up together to a nice boil. Once it's and then I'll bring it down to a simmer. Once it's simmered for a while, I'm gonna stick the immersion blender in, make it creamy. And I gotta check in on my tofu too. All right, so here we've got the spinach and tomatoes and onions simmering up together. We've got the tofu tray out of the oven. And we've got some brown rice cooking over there. As I said, when this one's done, it'll go in the immersion blender. That will, well, make it nice and creamy and emulsify any bugs that could have been hanging out in the spinach. Then I will toss in the tofu, serve it on rice, and that's dinner. It might not be as good as Pabla, but it's here and it's ready and it's vegan. B'tei avon.